How's everybody doing today? Oh, come on, that wasn't loud enough. Let's hear it. All right. I'm so touched by the people today. I cried for the first two, and I've listened intently for the last three, or whatever. I don't even know how many there's been, but it's been good. I want to share a message with you and the cameras that are watching today. A well thought out message, a message that means something to me and I hope something to you. A message that is confusing and leaves you mind-boggling so that you don't know what to think, but rather how to feel and how to move on in your life. Like a painting, so mysterious that you don't know, you're stunned by its beauty. You're stunned by the magnificence and how you feel and the connection that you have made to it. And you leave it feeling warmer inside. I'm going to be engulfing a few topics here. Community, relationship. I'm going to relate to my life and how a strong community has affected me and also the relationships in my life. I'm going to introduce some metaphors, one that I've created, and I don't know if you guys have your pamphlets, but this talk is called A Seed in a River, and that metaphor is it's more evolved into a seed becoming a tree and the journey that it takes on its way, and that's one of the metaphors I'll introduce. And then I'd like to talk about our vision for the world, my vision for the world, and the world's vision for the world. And I will conclude with a bucket list for you guys to go home and have to do. Okay, with no further postponing, I have some ideas and goals for our future. I'd like to start with community and realizing that each community, no matter where it is, no matter how small, no matter how big, is very important. As a matter of fact, it's crucial to have a community. Friends, relationships, people that you can talk to when you're down, individual communities that your friends help build around you, your parents help build around you, your teachers help build around you, connections in other places in the world, elderly people that reach out to you, grandparents. It's all very important. And throughout my life, I've realized that. And without those people, I'd feel lost. I wouldn't know what to do. I'd feel lonely. I'd feel so lonely. I probably wouldn't want to live, as a matter of fact. Because what is living without friends? What is living without relationships? What is living without learning? You're not living. You have to be able to connect with people, to feel joy. You have to be able to learn something, to feel like you've accomplished something inside. I feel Nelson is a great example of a wonderful community because we have so many artists, devoted teachers, inspiring intellectuals that have traveled the world and come back to reside in this area. People who have lived here their whole lives, started businesses, and are trying to keep this place economically stable, which is important for the next generations to come. And talking about community, we can dive into relationships because our community is basically built from relationship. Our relationships in life indirectly affect everybody we meet on our path. My experience with my family has led me to where I am today. My experience with my friends, all my experiences have brought me to this point where I'm standing and talking to you guys right now. It's true. Without them, I wouldn't be here. I give all the credit to them, and some to me, little to me. Because without them, I wouldn't have the courage to stand up tall every day and walk through this hard thing I call life. Throughout my life, I have been to many schools, as you've heard. I have lived on SaltSpring Island, Cortez Island, very discrete areas in the Kootenays in British Columbia. I have traveled from Ontario, Lindsay, Ontario, to Nelson in a van with my mom's friends. Well, mom's friend and her kids. Quite the journey, I tell you. Canada's big. I've had problems. I have had huge difficulties. I've gotten into drug scenes. I've hung out with the wrong crowds. I have learned from those experiences greatly in a huge way, and that took help from other people. And, it did take some courage, some inner power. Like somebody was saying today, we all have superpowers. We have to be able to tune into that and learn how to tune into our own inner being, I'd like to say. Because we are all beings, life forces walking through the air, walking through the gravity fields of the world. And, I'm sure all of you guys have done something that you've done, and then afterwards you thought, well, why did I do that? I don't understand what compelled me to do that. I don't get it. And then all of a sudden you realize, oh, right, I needed to experience something. My life was getting boring. Or, whatever the reason is. But you needed to have an experience of your own so that you could jump into being in your being and then step back from being in your being and look at it, analyze it, and come up with a conclusion about it. Like doing a drug. You do it, and then afterwards you feel like shit. What do you end up thinking? Oh, I don't want to do that again. So our experiences, throughout life, we all try different things. We're all trying to do things in life. We all have goals. We all have aspirations. And I think, that creates our vision in life and the world's vision in life. And it's very important that we all bring our inputs and share to that vision and that world goal, it's, I don't even know why, I see people walking by and, people don't usually talk to strangers and, in Nelson, people usually are pretty friendly, but if you go to a city, it's crazy. People will just walk, You'll just see somebody walking like this. They don't even care. They'll just go, They won't look at you. They won't say hi. They won't even recognize that you're there. It's stupid. It's pathetic. It's the most frustrating thing, walking through Vancouver, looking around, trying to have a good time, taking in the scene, and everyone's just going by you without even, trying to make a connection. It's mind-blowing, actually, and I find it ridiculous. And I'd like to talk about what I needed to thrive, what helped me thrive, and what I think other people need to thrive. They need relationships, community. They need passion in their life. Like that man was saying this morning, they need to find their spark. Truly find what makes them drive. What makes a person get up in the morning? What makes a person want to do something? And that's what makes them thrive. What I've needed to thrive is my mother, which is here in the room, my father, which has taken care of me, my brother, which has back-talked me when I've annoyed him, my sister, who has drawn me nice pictures for my birthday, Barbara, last year, who has helped me develop into who I am today and really help me get a picture of what the world is like and what it means to be a human being. Because it means a lot. It means a lot to be somebody in a world of, 6 billion people now? 7 billion people now? 7 billion people. I saw this thing on the internet the other day, and it was a scale of money, and they showed money, and $1 trillion is a whole football field. stacked. And it's just mind-blowing that much money, and we're 7 billion people. And that is similar to that amount of money. It's like we're huge as a community. So to end off, I feel like I could share a few things for you to do. If you'd like, you could do it, or you could, decide to do something else. It's not really relevant, but what's important is that you can choose to do what you feel like doing instead of what somebody's telling you to do. I'm not up here to tell you to do something. I'm not here to, speech, give some sort of, I'm getting the picture of a priest in a building. I'm not here to do that. I'm not. I'm here to connect with you on a physical level, an emotional level, and a real level, so that hopefully we can leave tomorrow and start living into our vision, start creating the sustainable world that we choose to live in. We can start doing that today, tomorrow, for the rest of our lives, if we choose. It's our choice. So I say, why don't you reach out to somebody you don't know? Talk to somebody on the block you've never met before. The youth in your life need you. If you're a youth, the youth in your life need you. Youth need each other so that they can move forward. Youth need adults to help them to move forward. Elderly people need youth to help them move forward. We all need each other. This world isn't a lonely path. We need to have each other. Thank you very much.